Everyone, this is Sanaya Sethia, and today I'm here with Mrs. Shweta Runwal and her two daughters, Ira and Dhriti. So, Ms. Shweta Runwal is the founder of Tickle Your Art, which is a beautiful company that aims to work with art and people with intellectual disabilities and Down syndrome. So, walk me through your journey of Tickle Your Art.
Hi, thank you for having us here. We're so happy to be here and talk about Tickle Your Art. So, Tickle Your Art started with my older daughter Dhriti, who's also called Tickle. It started with her artwork. Dhriti was born with Down syndrome, which is a very common genetic disorder where she's born with an extra chromosome. But when she was born 14 years ago, there was no awareness about it. And we were sent back home saying we don't know if she's going to walk or talk. But we realized she could draw before she could even talk, and she was expressing through art. That is when we saw the power of art. And we, being architects from the art background, we thought, this is something we can do and move it ahead. So we started with Dhriti's artwork. We put them on products, and then slowly we started introducing a lot of other artists. And right now we have more than 25 artists we are working with, and a lot of products, and a little store that we've just started, and a community center.
So, you mentioned you were an architect before you started Tickle Your Art. Did you have any entrepreneurial experience?
I was practicing as an architect before, which is very different to having your own e-com, or or your startup now, because things have changed a lot. So I did not have any entrepreneurial experience. We learned a lot on the way of growing Tickle Your Art. So it's been a very long learning journey for us.
So, when you initially started out, what were the biggest hurdles you faced and what were the biggest surprises you got?
I think the biggest hurdle was to convince people that this is not an NGO, that we are not just another, another NGO working with people with disabilities and making those, typical things. We are a design led brand, and we are trying to create awareness through our design and through our products, and bring in more empathy and awareness. So, our biggest hurdle was the mindset shift that we had to do.
Having a startup is very risky, most of the times, especially. So, what were the biggest support systems and what motivated you the most with Tickle Your Art?
So having a startup is a totally different journey. It's like having a third baby for me. You see it grow, and I won't say risky, but it is a full time job. You have to give it your all, but today you have such amazing communities that help you grow through it. So when we started, we were incubated by the India Inclusion Summit. Then we got incubated by the UN Women as an industry disruptor by the Do. Then we did the NSRCL WSP course from the IIM Bangalore. So you have a lot of small communities who are invested in seeing you grow through your journey. So yeah, there is a lot of support available right now.
Wow. So, I think those initiatives really help everybody build their startups in today's economy and society where there is and there can be a lot of job uncertainty as well. And there's a lot of new opportunities to build a business. And that brings me on to my next thing, which is Shark Tank. So, you guys appeared on Shark Tank last year. So, first, I want to congratulate all of you. The confidence that both of the girls displayed as well was awe-striking and amazing. So, I want to know, when did you realize that you wanted to go onto Shark Tank, and what were the factors that persuaded you to go onto that platform?
Okay, so Shark Tank happened to us too. It was the biggest game changer for us. A lot of people encouraged us to apply for it. The team of Shark Tank also were very encouraging. The team we were working with who did our interviews. And I think it was the next best step for us to prove that we are just not another NGO working with people with disabilities, and we are more like a design led brand, creating awareness with the social impact in mind. So yeah, it was a very beautiful journey.
And walk me through that room. What is the feeling like? And also, you secured a deal. So, just tell me about that journey.
So the Shark Tank was just awesome. Um, it was unbelievable. When we walked in, we were nervous but excited. There was like a jumble of emotions, but it was just too good. And when we realized that they are coming in our platform, I have no words. They were really kind, really supportive, and it was like a awesome experience.
Well, that's amazing. And I want to know, what did you learn in terms of entrepreneurship and business on that platform?
Yeah, so it gave us a boost. Number one, it gave us validity. It gave us a lot of love from everyone. We got a lot of love support from everyone, and it gave us the confidence that we can grow this into much more bigger. Made us look beyond what we are doing, and it gave us another community, like just another community. It opened up so many doors for us.
Mhm.
So I think just the love that we've got from everyone was a testament to how we are maybe going in the right direction and doing
Right.
the right thing.
So, was this also a step to build a bigger community and foster that community for you?
Yes, it definitely. I think it gave people. We got a lot of love and trust. So the community started believing in what we were doing,
Mhm.
and they saw that the capabilities of the kids. So many parents reached out saying that they feel more confident about the kids' future. So it did give a lot of confidence for us to move ahead.
Right. And that brings me on to my next part, which is you started Tickle Your Art with Dhriti's artworks, and now you have multiple artists with Down syndrome and other intellectual disabilities. So, what motivated you, or what gave you the idea to bring in other artists into your business venture?
So when I started Tickle Your Art with Dhriti and Ira's work, I saw the impact it had on her. She felt confident. She was happy. At that time, she was very little. She was not counting. But as soon as our first talk came, she was all like, counting things, packing. Tell me how many orders to pack. Then she picked up on Excel. Let's put everything on Excel. And she just learned so many things on the process. You know, just in the process, talking to people, even for Ira, I could see it's helping her so much, and I thought maybe I should start having other artists,
Yeah.
give them the same chance, and to see how impactful their design was or their art is. So I think it really motivated me to get more artists and tell their story through art.
And about learning, you spoke about learning. So I feel like this is a very hands on way to learn a lot of technical concepts relevant to business, communication, and so much more. So, for the girls and for you, how important is it for you and other kids to have this experience and not just learn from textbooks but other hands on learning experiences in general?
Actually, yep, the textbooks you said isn't the truth. Learn from the experiences. You can apply, just learn, listen, focus. So in school, in maths, we learn profit and loss. Loss is so simple. It's so easy. Also, on Excel in computer, I know more advanced in Excel than anyone else in the class too.
Wow.
Yes, I really think this is very important nowadays, as it gives you real life experiences, and like how Dhriti said, it helps in all those tiny stuff. Like nowadays, it's almost as important as school, because like, okay, even learning after some time, like now there's AI and everything, but this is something like other technology can't teach you.
Right.
This is something that you can only learn from hands on, from real life experiences. So it's, yeah, it gives you like a, it opens up another world. You get to meet so many people, you get to interact, it boosts your confidence, and it just makes you a better person.
Right. Okay. I'd love to hear more from you on the same.
Yeah, so I like, like they said, it's been a learning journey. I have seen personally how it has helped not only Dhriti and Ira, but our other artists also, who we're working with, interacting with other people, talking about the story, the confidence, the belief in themselves. So there are so many things that textbooks cannot really teach you.
Yeah.
And as an entrepreneur, you are subject to all of it. And problem solving, working under stress, working with whatever's available, like, if you have bare minimum, how to make the most of it. These are all, it's like a total mindset shift.
Right.
So entrepreneurship is actually like a little life lesson.
Mhm. So coming on to that, you've introduced an initiative called Art Lab, which is teaching people with Down syndrome or intellectual disabilities about entrepreneurship with art. So walk me through that.
Yeah, so Art Lab started with the same vision that if we can let the self advocates express through art, see meaning in the art, and convert them into products and help them see how it's reaching the masses, tell the story, and the impact that it does. So it's I always believe, like even with Dhriti, that self employment is the way for it, and this is just a little effort for us to give them that platform towards self
Right.
employment. So right now we're working with Rohan, who's very well versed with Illustrator and design. So we are now teaching him design language, teaching him how to convert his design into
Mhm.
product. Slowly we're making him interact with people, put them on products, scale. So it's our journey towards self
Right.
reliance for them.
And talking more about entrepreneurship, as an entrepreneur, you're responsible for everything in your company, whether it be the marketing, the finance. So how did you navigate that initially while maintaining the authenticity of your brand?
It's not easy. And like I say, it's not a one day journey. It's not that, it's not like a time problem that you'll be done in so much time. It's every day has its own challenge. So you need to learn, understand newer concept, and learn where to delegate work. Learn what are the processes that are taking most of your time and how to automate it. So it is a huge learning journey, and learning to put them in systems is very important as an entrepreneur.
Right. And then again, when it comes to risk taking, what is the most important factor that goes into making decisions in a startup?
Yeah, I think you have to be ready with you need to have that thing in you that I have to take this risk to move ahead, because otherwise you can't do anything. So it's a total mindset shift. You have to be ready to take risks, but as long as your vision is clear, as long as your intent is clear, as long as you know what you're doing, it's still worth navigating that journey.
Wow, I think that's an important lesson for everyone to take home. So, you've seen Tickle Your Art from
Yeah.
beginning to now. Why do you think it's important for specifically our generation to participate in a lot of advocacy, to create awareness, or even to dabble with art and business and entrepreneurship?
So being part of all this will help by first it gives you hands-on learning, as we said. It's a real life experience and it's like a life skill. It boosts your confidence. It You learn a lot from it. Art helps you express. Then talking with others, like you get to talk with others, interact with different people, and you get like a glimpse of the bigger world.
That's a wonderful idea.
Actually, for those who are born in 2012, as Gen Zs, it's hard to get job opportunities. But if your vision is clear, you can do it. It's hard. I know that for Gen Zs especially because of attitude and all. So please focus and practice hard. I know it's hard. Please, you can do it. I believe in you all.
It's a very motivating message to give out to our generation. When you're working with people or individuals with intellectual disabilities and Down syndrome, there's a lot of qualities you need to develop and a lot of things you need to learn. So, what are those things that you learned along the way and that you would want other people to adapt to as well?
Yeah, so I always think that, it's not that I am giving them something. It's actually a life changing experience for me, because I am learning. I'm learning to be patient. I'm learning to be more, more acceptable of how people are. So the biggest thing for us is to accept everyone for who they are and see potential, see the ability, and believe that, everyone is good at something. So I would say just believing that everyone can reach the potential, if you give them a chance, is my biggest lesson in this.
I would say be kind, be accommodating, accommodating, and patience. Most important is patience and be kind. And don't do what they don't like to do. Do what they like to do. Do what they will feel special. 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 Like just be patient, be kind, see how they go around, be inclusive, and smile, spread joy. That's how to spread inclusion. It's super simple.
So you should treat them like how you would treat any other person. Treat them like how you would like to be treated. Go in their shoes and see how you would like to be treated. I mean, they are different, but so are you. Treat them like any normal person. See their abilities first before their disabilities.
I think that's a very profound message that everyone should inculcate in daily life. Also, I wanted to ask, your brand has a lot of unique ideas in terms of products and concepts. Like on your Shark Tank episode, Mr. Anupam Mittal had appreciated the idea of a kind eye. So, walk me through how you approach these ideas with your artists.
So it's usually like a group discussion that we have. It's all in house. I like Hina to talk about the kind eye.
So the kind eye, the artwork is by Dhriti and the idea is by me. So when she made it and we saw it, I was like, oh, this is like the evil eye. But why is it evil eye? Shouldn't it be kind eye? So we made this kind eye, which is like the opposite of evil eye. It's like, why is it evil? Why is it negative? Shouldn't we go with a more kinder and positive approach? So this is like a little reminder to be kind. See, even I'm wearing it. So it's like a little reminder to be kind and not evil or negative.
Why is the evil eye so famous? Has made the countdown more famous. This is the bubble doll, which is inspired by my artwork. The color inclusive. One has specs and one doesn't have specs. Specs and different hair colors.
Wow.
So Bubble is who's inspired us a lot. She's inspired by Bubbly Ramchandran, and Bubble is also helping us spread awareness in kids through storytelling. So we have a book called as Bubble Paints Joy or Bubble's Happy Dance through art. How you can create awareness and spread the message of it's okay to be different. It's okay to be not like everyone, and that's absolutely normal.
So Bubble is our mascot, and she bursts lots of myths. She's born with Down syndrome, but she's very cheery and happy. And this is another product of ours. This is the sunflower deck of playing cards. The artwork is by Nanki, who's born with a really rare genetic disorder called achondroplasia. So these are the cards. So sunflower is also a symbol of invisible disabilities. Uh, so these are like normal playing cards, but with a twist. They have basic Indian Sign Language inside. So you can learn basic Indian Sign Language while playing. So like suppose there's I, then there's play. That's she'll show me play. Or then there's boy, boy. There's help, man, woman, and many like these different stuff. See?
Well, I think that's a very impressive and very unique way to teach a community about a language that we need to adapt to, because it does foster a lot of inclusivity with other disabilities as well. And I had a small another question, which is a lot of businesses opt to dabble into corporate social responsibility, but your business actively works with advocacy and awareness. So, how do you draw the brand credibility in a wide consumer base by breaking the taboo of there being either a company or an NGO, not something that does both and does it extremely well?
So I think this was a very conscious decision for us that we are going to be a for-profit company and not an NGO, because we saw that it can be scalable, and it just gives us a wider base. I think it was a very conscious decision to go with the for-profit and not to make it the NGO empathy sympathy way. We wanted to make it a design led brand, a product brand first,
Right.
and then the story behind it comes across. So it's a very thin line to cross, but it's also very important when you know what your intent is.
Right. And when you start out, there's a lot of trouble in acquiring suppliers and distributors, especially in a very niche market, as we spoke about before. So, walk me through that process, how it was for you, and what advice would you give to other people when they're facing the same issues?
So starting is the idea phase is when you have all the energy, and then you have a lot of things to go in. Execution is when you start seeing through things, and we started during COVID,
Oh, wow.
and we had a lot of issue with finding the right vendors who could understand what we wanted to do, the quality that we wanted, but luckily we could navigate that. It started with a lot of education. We educated all our vendors on what we do, the purpose behind it, and we know that they are on board with what we are doing.
Yeah.
And we've been very lucky because on our journey our vendors have also become like friends and family for us. So when you give them the respect or the trust, they give you back the same respect and trust. So
Right.
it is not easy, but we've changed a lot of vendors. But then when it happens, when you meet someone who understands what you need, I think things just work out.
Right. And talking about fostering families, I want to know when you walked into the entrepreneurship area, what was the mindset you and your family had to develop, and what mindset helped you to prosper into this field in general?
Yeah, so when we started, I wasn't sure, how big we are going to go, uh, how far we are going to go, but we knew something, that we are not going to quit so easily. And again, community really helps you with it because they see you through it, they push you. So, the one, if I have to pinpoint on one quality that you have to develop as a startup, is a thick skin.
Okay.
Things will go wrong. It's not the end of the world. Things will not go as you've planned for. Not the end of the world. There's always something better going to happen. um, there are going to be very bad days, there are going to be very good days. So it's just, every day in the morning you have to get up deciding that we will take one baby step at a time. So it's just the resilience, if you want to become an entrepreneur, resilience is something that takes you through the whole thing.
And what about you, Ira and Dhriti? What do you think? What is the mindset that helped you while working with your mom in Tickle Your Art to prosper here, to build that confidence, to build those skills, or even having those skills? What helped you?
The happy mindset. You have to be happy and everything will work out.
Okay.
That's the most important thing.
Okay.
You're happy, everything will happen.
Wow. So going with a positive viewpoint to everything.
Always have a clear mind. Whatever happens, have a clear mind. If something doesn't happen your way, if someone says something bad to you, speak up and continue. It's just like how a baby first opens his eyes, then starts saying the first word, then crawling, then walking, then running. That's like being an entrepreneur. Work and succeed. Like, and every cry of a baby says a story. So it's like that, and business happens. And you as a baby and work around it.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
important.
It's like how they say there's a right time for everything, and if it has to happen, it'll happen.
Wow.
Yes, you'll be.
And don't forget to party.
Don't forget the party, and you will come here one day. I know that. Like us.
Another question I have is in terms of working in business, especially as a founder, you face a lot of rejection. So, how did you navigate the rejection and what is the biggest advice you would give others? Because when you're starting out, it can be very discouraging and very disheartening to face that rejection.
Yes, but then there's this little thing where if you go in a room of 10 people, okay, if nine of them are saying something nice, but one of them said something bad, your attention will go to that one bad thing. We forget about the nine people who said good things to you.
Right.
So having the mindset where you see the brighter side, see what other, so just it helps. There are a lot of rejections. I won't say that there won't be any rejection. We've been rejected by so many in the initial stages also. Rejected as an idea, rejected as a brand, a name, so many things. But as long as you have the right people on board, who believe in you, you can
Right.
just navigate it. So having the community who pushes you through it is really, really very important.
I think community support does play a lot into confidence building for you as a brand as well. And also, I wanted to ask that when, as a company, you're venturing in, there's a lot of unspoken struggles and boons you get. So, what were your unspoken strengths and struggles?
So we were a home run brand for the longest, till about a year and a half. We were still working from the dining table of our house. So now, especially for a mompreneur to be working around kids and work, it's not easy. But I think my biggest blessing was that my kids were with me on the journey. So they've been like my attached package everywhere,
Right.
just with me. That's why, every day is a party for us, every day is a new journey for us. And yeah, so the unspoken struggles are that, moms still find it hard to balance work life, but then the reality is there is no balance. You just need to know when to switch off, take a break, and
Yeah.
then move ahead once again.
So you took your business from dining table to studio. So what would you say to the other moms and the other any people who are wanting to have a startup? What would you say to them to make it possible for them to start something of their own?
The first step is always the most scariest step, but take it anyway. And it's don't stress over the small stuff, because it's just small stuff. And yeah, till you don't take the jump, you won't know how it is. Till you don't take the turn, you don't know how the drive is. So it's totally worth it.
Right. And what do you guys want to say for to people in our generation who would also like to start something? Because it's never too early or too late to start your own venture.
Especially for the Gen Zs. For the Gen Zs, please focus. It will be hard for you for the first steps. You might have, you will face so many rejections at first go. They will not take you in. But pinpoint one position and balance at whatever you are doing. Don't let that stop you. If one person is not taking you in, go to another side and make your own startup. Don't get fixated behind that one person. Use at your own direction. Take your own right turn, left turn, and continue doing whatever you're doing. I know it's hard.
Wow.
Like how Didi said, it's never too early to start anything. Neither is it never ever too late. If you want to do something really, it'll happen. You just have to work hard and persevere. Um, if it has to happen, it has to happen. All you have to do is do your 100%. Don't take too much stress. Just it'll happen. Be happy.
As we conclude today's episode, what are some ideas, some advice, or just a message you want to leave with the audience today?
Be kind, include, and have a party. Doesn't matter disability or not.
Wow.
Forget about the disability. Think about how fun they can be. How the music of your boat is same. They can jam with you.
Yeah, so it's about choosing abilities over disabilities, empathy over sympathy, and differences over and choosing similarities over differences. And as we always end with our tagline, so have you been equal?
Well, that's a very cute tagline and very relevant to your brand. And as we conclude today's episode, I would love to thank you for making the time and coming on for today's episode and sharing such valuable insights regarding both entrepreneurship and awareness. So, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us here, and I'm so proud of what you're doing and building over here. Especially, trying to create more awareness amongst entrepreneurs in startups, various ways in which we can foster people into getting into entrepreneurship. And I'm just so proud of what you're doing. And best of luck.
Thank you so much. Those are such kind words, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you. Bye.